Welcome to Dead Bedroom Revival Podcast. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm very excited to be making this episode. This episode is one of those Mission Impossible type episodes because I'm meant to be going into a wedding, and I just thought I need to make this before I go in. I got a question about how do you continue having sex if you're well endowed and she's having pain because your penis is huge. And I thought, wow, I never thought about that. If you were in a situation where you're married, you love this person, but every time you have sex, they're actually in massive, massive pain. And it's one of those situations where it comes down to technique. And I'm really just going to go quickly on this one. It's more technique. It's more about how you talk about sex. It's more about how you build comfort. It's about arousal. So there's certain things I've talked about, especially the build up towards sex. So the seduction period, there is to build that anticipation. And then also, I think sometimes when you watch porn or that of a guy with a really massive dick with a petite woman, it does look uncomfortable. It looks very painful, but the vagina is very, very flexible muscle. It can stretch. It can, for crying out loud, a baby's head comes out of that thing. So there isn't a penis that is too massive that can really make it painful. I guess it can be very painful, but I guess there's also just the mindset around it. There's the lead up to it, towards it, so the seduction towards it. So there's certain things that you can do in order to mitigate that sort of scenario. And I don't think I don't know if my wife is quite petite. I think I'm just above average size, and I'm not saying that to brag. But over a period of time, I think the first time we did it, she wasn't comfortable, but we were rushing. But I think over a period of time, we've sort of come to a place where I understand how her body works and how I thrust and the rhythm I go at, she can be comfortable with it. And also the fact that she could tell me not to go deep or not to go deep. So there has to be that sort of dialogue where she can communicate how she's feeling, and if she did feel uncomfortable, it's not the end of this scenario, but it's also she says, I'm feeling uncomfortable, and then she says, well, let's try it this way, and it's also exploring different positions as well. So there's certain things that you can do in order to overcome it. There is no if she is got a mental block towards it. So in terms of she doesn't even want to talk about sex, she's very closed off to it, then it makes it very difficult to actually overcome it, because you have to be on the same page when it comes to resolving it. So it's one of those things that is, I thought it was a very interesting question. I thought I had to answer it straight away because the day goes, and then by the time Monday comes, before I make another episode, I would have forgotten about it. So I'm going to try and do this over and over, where just make spontaneous episodes. So it's very short. So again, if you want to learn more of these techniques and got any questions, you can find me on Instagram, kurimahamba.com. Kuri Mahamba on Instagram, or you can go to www.deadbedroomrevival.com, and you'll be able to get a free guide on seduction. And as well, you get a free link towards the Facebook group where we're going to be giving more lessons and more coaching around the escaping a sexless relationship. So thank you very much for listening. See you guys soon.